Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is João. So today we are going to build a simple calculator in Python. So for this project you only need to have a basic Python knowledge, and Python must be installed on your machine. Okay, so this is a simple calculator, arithmetic calculator, so we can perform operation like division, multiplication, subtraction, and addition. Okay, and also we can get the rest of division. So how this works? It's very easy. Okay, for example, let's say if you want to multiply 8 times 9, okay, we can just click equal, then it is going to give us the result. So we can also remove, okay, delete everything, and for example 7 plus 3, I think is 10, if I'm not wrong. Boom, yes, it's 10. So this is a project that we are going to create, okay, in this tutorial. So if you don't know what is Python Tkinter, okay, you don't need to worry, there is a link on the description, or maybe in this playlist you can learn Python Tkinter. So in 1 hour, 3 hours you can know how to use Python Tkinter. Okay, so Tkinter is the graphical interface that we use to build this application. So this application, we are going to build it in some steps. Okay, so in the first step we first need to import Tkinter in our script. So let's do the first step, so which is very easy. Okay, let's come here. So first, before I create my project, okay, let me save this. So I'm going to save this, okay, but before I save this, okay, in this my folder Tkinter, I will create a new folder. Let me see, new folder. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder. So this folder, we will call it as a calculator. Calculator. Perfect. Now I'm going inside of my this folder. So from here is where I'm going to create my script. Okay, I'm going to call it main.py. So you can name it as you wish, but me, I like to call it as a main. So enter. So now I am inside of my main.py. So as we said in our first step, we need to import the Tkinter inside of our script. So for that, let's do this. Okay, let's come here and boom, in our script, let's import our Tkinter. This will be from Tkinter, import everything. Okay, let's import everything from Tkinter. Let me give a little zoom so that you guys can see properly, and come down. Then let's import also everything from Tkinter. Okay, import ttk. Okay, this way. Perfect. So now this way we have a Tkinter in our script. Let's run to see if we are going to get an error. As we can see, we didn't get any error. So the next step, okay, if we come here, so the next step that we have to perform is we need to create an empty window that we are going to display our application. So for that, let's do something like this. Okay, so in order to create any empty window, we are going to do this. Okay, so let's create a variable called window. So this window will be equal tk. Okay, open and close. See, don't forget, okay, this T is capital and K is small. Okay, so let's open and close, do like this. So now we create our window. So now let's give a title for our window. Okay, for that, let's do window.title, open and close. Here inside, okay, we can give the title of our window. So let's say calculator. Okay, calculator. So this calculator is the name of this window. Okay, so if I save this, if I run, nothing's going to happen. Why? Because first we need to show our windows. Okay, so we need to keep the window here so that we can see it. So for that, we have to do something like that. Okay, window dot main loop, this way, open and close, save. If I run this, boom, now we have our window. Okay, so but this window is too small, so let's give some size. Okay, let's resize it. So for resize this, we can do something like that. Okay, window.geometry, okay, open and close. Here inside we can give some dimension for our application. Let's say 250 or maybe 235. I think it will be a good size. And for height we can give 318. Okay, I save, and if I run this guy, okay, now as you can see, we have our window. Okay, our main window, so which is this guy. Okay, if we see this, now we have this step. Okay, so for the next step is, okay, so after that we have to create some frames so that we can separate our window. Okay, because in our application we have a place that is going to show the results, okay, and a place that all the buttons are. Okay, all the buttons that we require to do those operations. So first thing that let's create some frames that we can separate our main window, okay, into two space. One is to show the results, another one is to show the bottom. So for that, let's do something like this, okay. If I come back here, okay, let's create two frames. So those two frames, we'll call it frame display, which will be used to display the result, and another one will be frame bottom, so that will be used to show the bottom. So for that, let's first create a frame display. Let's say frame display, okay, underscore display, frame display, it will be equal frame this way, okay, open and close. So this frame will be in the main window, let's say window, okay, comma, then we'll give a width of 300, okay, 300, comma, height of 66, okay, 56, comma, and then we also need to define some colors for this frame, okay, but for now let's skip, don't need to worry about this. So first let's show this frame inside of a window. Let's say frame display, okay, dot, let's use grid, which is better to do those things. Grid, open and close. Let's create row, okay, this row will be equal 1, comma, and let's create a column also. Column will be on 0, okay, comma, and let's use stick file. Stick file will be equal NW, which means northwest, okay. Save. And if I save this, if I run, we have here our first frame, okay. So that let's give a color so that we can see. Let's say BJ equal, and for example, if I say, let's give black. So black, I think, is this color is like 666, no, 333 is black, 333. Save. If I run this, yeah, now here we have here this first frame, okay. First frame is here. So now let's create the second frame. So the second frame will be a button. Save, come down and put. So this one will be frame button, so that we can use to display the buttons. So let's change this name. We just reuse this, okay. Let's say frame button, frame buttons, okay. Save. So these frame buttons will be also in the window, and will be having width of 300, but height, let's change the height, okay, into 340, okay. And background, for now let's use something like okay, a random number, okay, F35. I don't know if this number exists. Save. If I run this, okay, it really exists, okay. It's like a red. So from the rows, if this one is on 1, so I think it's better if we keep this 0, this stay on 1, okay. So if, like this, save. And if I run this, boom, now we have two frames, okay, the first frame and the second frame. So now we can here we will show the results, and this here we are going to show all the buttons. But let's give some colors for our application, okay. I already have some colors, okay. So these colors, I'm going to keep them on the description, on the video description. You can just go there and copy those colors and make use of them, okay. So for those colors, it will be something like that. So as I said, I already have the colors, so I'll keep those colors in the description of the video, okay. You just go there and copy those colors. So colors, those are some colors that we are going to use, okay. I save. So now I just need to go, for example, for this frame button, I'm going to use this one, background, okay. I'm going to use this guy can go away, save. And if I run, boom, now I have kind of a different color. And for this guy, okay, for the first frame, I'm going to use color 3, okay, this one, color 3, which is for display. Save. And if I run, boom, now we have all this color here, okay. As you can see, this is the display, and this is where will be the frames, also the buttons. So let's define also the Windows color. So for the Windows color, let's change like window, okay, dot config, config this guy, open, close, and let's BJ will be equal, okay. Let's use color 1, okay. Save. And if I run, perfect, now we have all the colors defined. So our next step, okay, now we see we create some frames, we split it, and we define some colors. So the next step will be the step number 4, will be to create some buttons, okay? And we are going to use place so that we can organize all the buttons inside of the main frame, okay, on those frames. So for that, let's do something like this, okay? So in order to create those buttons, okay, we are going to do something like this, okay? Let's go back. Let's create some buttons as we said. If I come here, let me give some space, okay? And the buttons will be from here, okay? So let's create a button like this, okay? Button, open and close. See, these buttons, they will be inside of a frame button, okay? Frame buttons, comma, okay? The first buttons that we will create, okay, will be these guys, okay? Those buttons that stay on the tops, okay? This will be the first button that we are going to create for them, this one and these 3 first rows. So for that, let's do something like this, okay? As I said, frame button, okay? Let's say test will be equal, and this will be the first button that is C, okay? Comma, let's give a width of I made a mistake. Width of 11 will be enough. Height also, let's define its height, which is very important. Height will be equal to, comma, okay? And BJ, background color, will be equal color 10, okay? Color 10. So those colors, don't forget, we define all of them here, okay? This will be the color. So perfect. So after that, okay, let's define also the color of the test of the C. So for that, let's see color, not color, but in FG will be equal, okay, background color, okay, background color. Save. And after that, this same button, we need to define also, okay, I think I'm going to break here, okay? Come here. So no, go, yeah. After that, this same button, we need to define the font. So let's say font, and I forgot to use comma here, comma, or else we are going to have a big error. So let's define also a font. So font will be equal, okay, font will be equal if I open and close. So let's use a font of okay, let's say Ivy, okay, let's use Ivy this way, okay, capital Ivy this way, and 13, and bold, okay, bold. So bold, we want it to be a good color, okay? So comma. So let's use relief, okay? Relief will be equal raised this way, comma, and the over relief, okay, over relief will be equal right this way, this guy, everything capital, okay? Save. So here we are going to use dot place, okay? Let's use dot place. So this place will be equal, okay? I think it's better if I put this guy down, and let me break also from here. Go, okay? Yeah, this way is better. Yeah, dot place. So in this place, okay, we will place it on x equals 0, comma, and y equal, okay, y equal 0 also. Save. If I run this guy, boom, now we have the first button here, which is this C, okay? So this is the main application, okay? So now we got this one, okay? So the next button that we are going to create will be this guy and this guy also, okay? So let's create this guy and this guy, because those are the one will be on the top. So let's create these two now. So to creating these two, it will be something like that, okay? So let's just reuse this one, okay? Button, I'm going to copy it, okay? And I'm going to place it here, boom, okay? So this button, it will be percentage, okay? It's for percentage, and for width, let's decrease it into 5 instead of 11. 5. See, it's like that, okay? The first one is the one that just take time to write, but the second ones we can just do copy paste, which is something very easy to do, okay? And then this height, let's keep this, but the background, let's change the background color, and let's use 10. No, let's keep this guy itself, let's use 10. But this one, the color of the text, let's keep also that the same. Font, let's keep the same, and most of things will be like almost the same. Okay, so the only place that is going to change will be here. See, it's going to be this guy. Okay, here at place. So here at the place, so let's put it in a little front, like 180. Okay, and y0. If I save this and if I run, boom, now we have the second bottom. Okay, so now let's create another one which is for division. Okay, so for that we just can do something like that, the same thing, copy, come down, place. Okay, so here this guy go away, put division, save, and for division, okay, we will keep almost the same things. Okay, but it's only the background color that we are going to change. Okay, so background color we will change into the color, okay, color 1, okay, which is this color that we define. Okay, this color 1, save it. And for the background also, let's change for color 0 or for color 1. Okay, background, no, for color of the letter, let's say call 1, this way. Okay, so if I save this guy now, but here also let's give a little front, let's put 1 7, no, 7 7 will be better. Okay, 7 7, and here we keep as a 0. Okay, so I save this, and if I run, boom, now we have the first row. Okay, the first row bottoms, we have the C, this guy, and this one. Okay, now the application is start coming. Okay, so for all the numbers, okay, now we have to create bottoms for all those numbers. Okay, so for all those numbers we are going to do something a little different. Okay, so let's do something like this. So I'm going to come here down. Okay, so let's create a list numbers. Okay, this list will be called as a number. Okay, and will be something like this. Okay, so let's create a tuple. Okay, let's create a tuple. Let me go open and close. So the first number that we are going to pass, okay, we'll create like this. Okay, a tuple for this one, then we'll create for this, and for, so this. Okay, in that row, so for this row, let's give 7. Okay, so 7 must be as a string. Okay, 7 comma, okay, or don't need to give yeah, we can give space. Okay, then let's give 0 will be the X position. So 0 will be the X position, since this button is in the 0. Okay, for X is here in the edge. 0 will be the 6th position, comma, and let's give also for Y. Okay, X, then let's do something like that. Okay, 0 52, so 52 will be for Y. Okay, so it's a little down, is below the C bottom. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this, and all of them. Okay, all the numbers. So for that we'll copy this one. Okay, copy, let's put it comma. Okay, let's place, and this will be 8 and this will be 9. Let me go down, let me copy again. This will be after 9, which one comes, this will be 4 comma, this will be 5, this will be 6 if I'm not wrong. 4 5 6. Okay, perfect. Let's go down again. This will be another one, and another one, which will be 1 2 3. Okay, perfect. So, and the last one, we will be having this guy. Okay, which is 0. Okay, so for that we can just do something like this, and boom, copy 0. Okay, so now let's change the thing. Okay, 7 8 9. Okay, then this one, if I'm not wrong, is 4 5 6, and this guy will be 1 2, and this will be 3. Okay, and this guy is going to be 0. So now let's change the here. Okay, so for this guy, let's keep this. Okay, for the 7 is the one, but this one, okay, for 8 will be 59, okay, and 52 will keep, and for 9 on the x will be 118, okay. Then the next one for 4, okay, for 4 this will be 0 itself, but this one let's change for 104, okay. And for 5 let's change it a little bit also. For 5 will be 59 because it's x 59, and will be 1.4. The same thing for 6, okay. So for 6 let's move a little up, which is 118, and for here will be 1004. So if I save, let me run a little bit to see what we have. We have a huge error. Okay, we got some big error. Let me see. And tuple object is not callable. Where is it? I think I forget something. Blah, I forget to keep it comma, and here also comma and comma. Perfect. So never forget commas. Okay, save, run. Okay, everything is perfect, nothing, not even single error. So for 1, how it will be? So for 1 this will be 0 as always, but this one is the only one is going to change. That will be 156. Perfect. So 156, and after that, so this guy we are going to keep it a little down, okay. Number 2, so it's going to 59. This will be the same 156, and number 3 again, this will be 118, and this guy is gonna be 156. I save. Now for 0 it's very easy, okay. It's going to be 0 itself, then only here it's going to be a little down, that is gonna be 208, okay, something like that. Save. So now how we are going to show those buttons inside of our main window? So for that, let's use for loop, okay. So let's do something like that. For, okay, let me go a little up. For num, which will be the number, okay. Since we have two numbers, since we have some kind of row, okay, from num, let's say x, that will be the x position, and y, okay, in number, okay, in number dot, because this num will be the number, okay, x will be the x position, and y will be the y position, okay. That we are going to do something like that. So let's reuse these guys. I think it must be okay. We can reuse this guy. No, let's see this guy. I think let's reuse this guy. Copy here inside the for loop. Let's just copy that one, okay. Copy, and let's make the change here, okay. So this is going to be something like that, okay. So here on test, instead of this, we have to give the num, okay, because this num is the one who's going to have the number, okay, comma, and here on x will be x, and on y will be y itself, okay, this y, this x. I save. But for width, we are going to do something, okay. So width will be 0, but we know that the 0 button, we know that this 0 button, okay, is a little huge, okay. It takes like 2 spaces. So let's do some kind of if else here, okay, for width. So let's say width is equal 5, okay, if, okay, if num, like a number, this num, okay, if num different, okay, if this num will be different, okay, difference in Python is like this, different equals 0, okay, if num different 0, okay, else, okay, width will be 5 if the number is different 0, okay, else it will be 11, okay, 11, something like this only. And the main thing will be like that, okay. We don't need to change anything, just keep like this. Save. If I, okay, now if I run this guy, boom, I got error. What they said, name number is not defined. Did you mean numbers? Let me see. Oh yeah, this list is a plural. I put only singular. Say run, save. And if I run this guy, boom, now we have a kind of extra tool like this, okay. Now it's just missing all those guys, okay. So and step by step our calculator is getting some kind of form, which is what we want. Okay, so the next step will be the following. Okay, we still on creating buttons. So next one, we need to create those remaining buttons. Okay, those guys. So for that, let's do something like that. Okay, come down. So those are operators, okay, and equals buttons. So for those operators and equal buttons, we need to do almost the same thing. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to come here, boom, and I'm going to do this. Okay, I'll call it like operators. Operator. So this operator will be equal all those things again. Okay, but I'm just need to change this. Okay, you bye all of this, and for here, for the first operator will be x. It's gonna be x, and this x, let's put on x. For x will be 177, and this 52 is gonna be there. Okay, we'll keep it there. So the next one, let's just copy, advance, and boom. So now let's give the next one. The next one will be minus operator, minus. So this minus will be here also, but in the position is going to be a little down. Okay, 108, or better 104, and then the next one is gonna be plus operator. Okay, for some plus operator, the same position. Okay, but it's gonna be 150, 156. Okay, in this one, in this row, and the next one will be dot operator. Okay, it's better if I come here, blah blah blah, come, let's put dot operator, which is just like this, dot. Okay, so this dot will be on 118. Okay, and it's gonna be down for 208, something like this. And the final one will be equal. Okay, save this equal. Where is it? Equal. Okay, is gonna be 117 also, but on 208. Save, and if I run this guy, we didn't create the for loop. Okay, so now let's do for loop again also for them. So it's gonna be almost the same thing. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, and I come down, boom, I copy. So the same thing for num, not num. Okay, let's use operators better since it's operators. Okay, for op in x, y. Okay, these guys will be like this, but here instead of num we are going to use op for operator. Okay, and for width we don't need these conditions because all of them, they are small numbers, a small width. Okay, just remove this. But for background color, we are not going to use this one. Okay, we are going to use color 1. Okay, color 1. But here we are going to create if again. If operator, okay, if operator different, okay, if operator different than equal, what is equal? Okay, if operate different than equal, else, okay, it's gonna be color 3 itself. It's gonna be color 3. Save. Okay, and for FJ, this guy is not, will not use it. We'll use core 1, which is this color. Okay, this color, core 1, which is white color. Perfect. I save. And for everything will be like that itself. Okay, if I save this and if I run, I got some error. Okay, as we can see, the things are not showing properly. So the things are not going to show properly because, let me check, where is my error? And no, I did copy paste. Those are numbers, makes sense. So it's supposed to be operators. Okay, so you go away and call paste, save, and if I run this, boom, now we have everything as we wish. Okay, So this is the step that we create the buttons. Okay, now if we come back to see, so this step, as they said, okay, we done that one. So this step also, we just did this one. Okay, we organize everything, we give the colors, and we put this equal button. Okay, we got this result. So the next step, let's see. Okay, so the next step, we need to show this one, the display label. Okay, so we don't have the display label yet, so this is gonna be our final result, but first we need to get this display label. Then we are going, after that we will create some functions, okay, that will help us with logic of the program. So for that, let's create that display. So actually we don't have any display here, this is just a frame. So for display, we have to create some kind of label. Okay, let me come here. So I'm going to here on the top, so I'm going to create a label called display. Okay, so this display will be label, open and close. So it will be on frame display, comma, let's give a width of 16, width equals 16, save. I like just, okay, let's say display dot, okay, and we'll be using place itself. For place, let's use x equals 0, comma, y equals 0, save. If I run this, okay, this is our display. Okay, let's make it to occupy all this space. So for that, let's do something like this. Width equals 16, comma, okay, and for height, let's give height will be equal to, comma, then let's give pad x also, pad x will be equal 7, comma, okay, and let's reuse relief will be equal flat. Flat, we can do something like that, flat. So we want it to be, the style to be flat. Okay, and use anchor where we want to position the test. Okay, so let's give it on the east, okay, comma, and east, which will be right. Okay, then let's use a font size. Okay, font, so this font will be equal, if I open and close, let's see, let's give ivy this way, ivy, that will be 18. Okay, and save. So after that, okay, let me break this, come from here down, go. Okay, now you stay here. Yeah, after this font, okay, let me give comma, I'll come here down. Then let's use also a BJ. So background color will be let's use this color. Okay, cardinal 3774F, this one. Okay, 37474F, comma, and the last one, let's use FG, which will be core 1. Okay, core 1, save. If I run this, boom, now we have our display here. Okay, the way to test is like, let me use just test equal, for example, if I put something like 5 plus 5, let's use comma here. If I save, if I run, I'm knowing where it is. Oh, I did a mistake, it's not supposed to be here, go away, it's supposed to be here in this display. If I do something like this, okay, save. If I run, now we have it. Okay, is position the things here as a calculator. Okay, 5 plus 5, perfect. Now we finish our style. Okay, to create our, so we finished to create our layout. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do, we have to make this calculator alive. Okay, so that we have to create some functions that is going to be performed every time we click on those buttons, with that we press on those buttons. Okay, so we need to do something. So for that, must to create some functions. Okay, so we are going to create 3 functions here. Okay, and this test, let me remove it, we don't need it here. So let's create 3 functions, and these 3 functions, they are the ones who are going to help us do all those operations. So the first function that we are going to create is a function that will help us to enter some values. Okay, so let's create def entering values will be equal open and close. Okay, let's give some event, because the event is the one that's going to get the values. Let's do something like this, and let's define global. Okay, global all values, okay, because we want all the values to be global so that we can manipulate them easily. Okay, so these all values, okay, let's do something like that. All values, these all values will be equal, okay, plus equal str open and close of the event, okay, of the event of the value that's going to get. So whatever value that it is going to get, it will convert it into a string. Okay, because converting the values into string is more easy to manipulate them. So this value, okay, will be the values that will show in the display. Okay, so for that we have to do something like that. Okay, value, okay, let's create here first, okay, a variable, okay, that's going to have all these values, okay, like a kind of global variable. So for that, here on the top of the display, let's create these all values also, something like that. All values, okay, equal empty. Let's keep it empty, okay, because this will be a kind of a lot of characters inside, a lot of strings inside. So these all values, let's keep like that, but this values is out of this function, okay, of the function that allow us to enter the values. So but this same value variable, okay, we define it global here in this variable so that we can manipulate the strings that will be here. Okay, so and after that we are going to create a variable called value test. Okay, value test. So this value test is the test that will be entering. Okay, so this test that will be entering and will be stored in these all values. Okay, so whatever character that we enter, everything will be hid inside of this variable values. Okay, like it will be keeping adding them together, like concatenating them together. So these all values will be, okay, let's define it as a string var so that it can get only strings. And this same string vars, we have to come here in the display, okay, in the display, and let me see, I like to put it in the first, okay, so that I can see them easily. So let's see here, okay, in the display, let's create a test variable, okay, test variable will be equal value, okay, equal value test, okay, equal value test, okay, then comma. So I like to put everything here, those, for example, those things, so that I can easily see them. That's why I like to keep those guys here. So let's do something like this. Okay, save. So this same guy, okay, so we get this value test, okay, inside the function, it will be the test, okay, that will be show here, that will be show in the display. Okay, it's like whatever thing that we enter on the display, it will be here, it will be stored in this value test. Okay, and this L variable, okay, so this way, so all those variables, all those strings that will be inside of these L values will be shown in the value test. Okay, so everything will be concatenated inside of the L values, then will be shown in the value test. Okay, that's why we did here something like that. So now let's say value test will be equal test select, okay, not select test set, because we need to set the value. Set what we are going to set, we are going to set all those values here inside of this display. Okay, let's put inside of this display. Save. If I run this, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, so in order to make those things now starting happen, we need to create a function that is going to calculate the value. So for that, let's create another function. Def calculate will be equal open close dot. Now this is the trick part. Okay, so we have to define also global these all values. Okay, global all values. Now after that, okay, we have to, let's use try exception, so that if we get some error, we can handle it easily. So by using try exception, let's do something like that. Okay, try dot, and what we are going to try, let's create a variable called result. Okay, result. So result will be equal string. Okay, str string, open and close, eval, let's use eval. Okay, open and close again. Okay, and what we are going to evaluate, we are going to evaluate everything that will be inside of all values. Okay, because inside of all value will be those values that we will be entering in our calculator. Okay, so let's evaluate that expression, because eval function is used to evaluate expression in Python. So that's why we are going to use it. So eval, let's evaluate all this character, all the strings. Okay, this way, evaluate all the values. Okay, so after that we need to set the values again. So let's see, value dot, okay, value test dot set. What we are going to set is like we want to show the result. Okay, so let's set the result. Let's set the result. Perfect. So after that, when we show the result after one operation, we need to empty this variable. So that's why we have to do that. Something like that. All values will be equal. Okay, empty string, something like this. Okay, empty string. So in this try exception, okay, let's do something now. Except dot, except what? Except value test. Okay, dot set. Let's do error. Let's say error. Okay, error. If something goes wrong, it will show error on our display, on our screen. Okay, good. And here also we need to empty the values. Okay, empty this string. Okay, this all value string. So this guy will be equal empty string. Save. Now if we run this, boom, if we click, nothing's going to happen. So the next step, we need to connect this function, this calculate function, with those buttons. Okay, so in order to do that, we need to use a command operator with lambda operator. Okay, so for that, we are going to do something like this. See, this one is a little trick. Okay, let's use lambda operator. So here in the first frame, okay, we'll come here. Okay, as I said, I like to put everything in the front. You go down, go, and you come up. So let's use something like that. Okay, command will be equal. Okay, command will be equal, and this one for now, just let's say calculate. Okay, calculate and comma, stay like this. Okay, but this one we are going to perform another some things different. Okay, but in these buttons, okay, so that we can enter the values, we will do something like this. See, for this guy, let's give enter and advance. So let's do something like that. Command, okay, will be equal lambda. Okay, let's use lambda. Okay, dot, what's the function that we want to get? So we want to get the enter values. Okay, so that the values can be entered. So let's get the enter. Okay, enter values. So which value is gonna be entered here? So enter values open, because this enter value, it gets one value. Okay, that's, we have that event. So for that, we have to enter this character. Okay, this character, which will be percentage. So every time when we click on this button, percentage will be sent in this. Okay, it will be stored here in the all value. Okay, in the all value. So that's why we are doing this. Okay, percentage, something like this. Okay, enter percentage. So now let's use comma, save. So the same thing, let's copy this guy. No, let's come here. The same thing we have to do in this bottom also. Okay, you come down, go, stay here, and I come here, I copy paste. So what will be the value here? the value that must be entered is this guy, okay, slash like this, save. So if I run this, okay, so if I click on this, boom, can you see now is entering this value? If I click on this, is entering this value, always like that, okay. But if I click on this, it's showing error, okay, because that thing evaluate cannot do anything on calculate. So now let's do for the remaining bottom. So for the remaining bottoms, something very easy. We can do just the same thing. If I come here in another bottoms, where are them? For them, on those guys inside here, I can just come here, okay, you go down as always, come here. If I paste command, okay, so but here the value that we are going to enter will be this num, okay, because the num is the one who's going to get the values from those ones. So instead of this, you go out, stay num, okay, because those are numbers. Save. If I run this guy, if I click them, boom, now you can see the numbers are getting entered. But there is something which really wrong. It's giving everything 0 0 0 0 0. Now let's figure out what is the thing that's the wrong thing that we are doing here, okay. See, since this thing is inside of loop, okay, when it will run in the end, this bottom will be having only 0 as the final number. So that's why every time when we click, it's giving num. So for this, we have to do something a little different, okay. So after lambda, we have to create one variable, okay, that will be storing each individual number for each bottom, okay. So this variable, let's create a variable called n, okay. Here before lambda, okay, let's say lambda n will be equal num, okay. So this num will be storing the variable. So here in the entry function, instead of we sending num, let's send the n, okay, because the n will be the one that will be having the individual value for each bottom, okay. So that will be great. So save. If I save diff, if I run now, if I click on 1, it's going to show 1 2 3 and so on, okay. We have this and those guys not yet. So the same things we are going to do on those operators, okay. So just let's copy this guy, let's copy this, okay. I'm going to copy this and let's do the same thing here in those guys, okay. Go, come back, I'll paste here, boom, and instead of giving this, okay, instead of giving this, now I'm going to give operator op, which is this one that we use, okay. And if I save, if I run, if I keep this, now see, it's giving those. Even this guy is giving equal, but equal is not supposed to show here, because equal, when you click on equal is supposed to operate the calculator functions, okay. So for equal to operate the calculator function, we have to do something different. So for that, we have to do something like this, okay. So from here, okay, and after this, okay, after this, let's create a if condition, okay. Let's say if, okay, O different, the value that we want is equal. If O different than equal, okay, is gonna do this thing, okay, it's gonna do this thing. Else, okay, else O, okay, else the only thing that is gonna call will be calculate, okay, will be calculate, open and close this way, save. And if I run this guy, and if I give, for example, if I click on this now, so it's giving error, okay. Instead of this, is showing this. So but it is not supposed to be this way, okay. So to correcting this, let's do something like this. We go and here we give n, but here we say O. Oh no, this guy let's change to O, okay. This, that is 0, O, and this guy, so let's use O, okay, this O, yeah, that was my mistake. Save. If I save this and if I run now, if I click on equal, is still showing equal. See, it's giving error because I'm doing it in the wrong function, in the wrong bottom, okay. This guy is supposed to be here, not here, okay. So okay, but I can just copy all this full function, I can just copy so that I can reuse it, and Ctrl Z, this if go away, perfect, save, because this one was supposed to be here, not there, okay. So that's why you come back and stay here, okay. Oh yeah, this O, perfect, and O, okay, save. And if I run this now, if I click on equal, it's giving 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. And okay, let me div execute. For example, now let's test our operator. Okay, 7 into 7, is not giving into. Something is wrong here. Let me check the things properly. Okay, let me check. So this is giving error because this op and okay, this is not num, it's supposed to be op. Okay, operator op. Save. If I run now, perfect. If I click on this guy, error, perfect, because error because nothing is there. Okay, so now if I click on this, nothing's gonna happen. If I click on 7 into 9, will be boom 63. Is it? I don't know, let me use easy thing. Okay. Okay, for example, 7 plus 7, if I click, it will be 14, correct. But every time when you click on this button, it's supposed to clear the things here, but it's not clearing, it's showing error. Okay, for example, 1 plus 1 equal 2, but when I click here, it's supposed to clear, it's showing error. For that, let's create another function that will help us to clear the screen. Okay, so this function is gonna be something like this. So let's come here on the top, and after this function, after the calculate function, come back. Let's create another function. Let's say def clear. Okay, def clear screen this way, open and close, and dot. Let's do something like this. Okay, say again global. So global is the thing that we need to clear. Okay, that the global variable. So the global variable that we have is all values. All values. Come down. Then we'll say all values. Okay, all values will be equal empty string. Then okay, value test dot set, open and close, set empty string also. Okay, so this will be for clear everything. Say so for this clear. Okay, let's keep it, copy, and let's connect with this bottom work, which is this is used for clearing. So let's put it here, boom, save. Okay, now if I run now, and if I give for them 7 divided 7, I think is 1, equal 1. Okay, 1.0. If I click on this, boom, now it's clicking. Okay, as you can see, we're not getting any error. Okay, but if I click for them something like this, it's going to give error because I didn't pass any value. And if I click on this, it's gonna clear 7 modules 2 is equal 1. Okay, clear on this, perfect. And 6 modules 2, I think 0. Yeah, 0, perfect. Now it's working. Okay, 4 minus 5, boom, it's giving -1. Clicking this, clear. So guys, so this is how you can create your calculator on Python by using Tkinter. Okay, so this is another project. If you enjoy this project, please give a like in the video, a like, yes, and subscribing to the channel. Okay, see you the next time. My name is João, and bye bye.